What's good, y'all? Your man Eric Wilson. We are here, Radio Rose, Super Bowl week, and let me just tell you, it has been a great week. But we done brought some guests. My brother, let me get him in here first and foremost, Mr. Alex Fleming. As you already know, Fancy and Flavors, Magic Perspective, Raptors Report, The Carousel. This brother's been so busy all week long. Alex, what's good, man?
The week is almost done, bro. My dream's almost done, bro. It's not cool, bro.
Right. It's only the start of a journey, man. It's only the start of a journey. Hey, so we met these two brothers. We met them yesterday. Great conversation. And we decided, you know what, we're going to bring it to the people. So let me get Carlos and Reggie, Outlaw Mass. Fellas, welcome to the sports arena, man. What's good?
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Let's get it.
So we had a lot of good conversation yesterday, and I just want to keep that conversation and that energy flowing. So I don't even know where to really start. Do we discuss the whole Justin Jefferson conversation? Do we discuss what's going on in Philadelphia? I mean, it is Super Bowl. We got 2 days left, and Alex still has to make a pick. What y'all want to talk about, man? Let's go.
I said let's get into why we're all here. Let's get into the big game.
There are guests. They should start.
Fair enough.
Ooh, man, fellas. So
talk. That's fine. You know what, fellas? Let me do what I do. Talk to me about Kansas City because, reigning defending Super Bowl champions, now they're coming back into major hostile territory because Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in his first season have transformed the Bucs to where they have rewritten history. So talk to me about Kansas City and the obstacles that they are facing heading into Sunday's game.
Man, well, you can't deny the heart of a champion. Kansas City, like you said, they are the defending Super Bowl champions. I think if they were playing any other team besides Tampa Bay, they'd be a shoo-in to repeat as champions. I think, again, you've got the GOAT, Tom Brady, that's standing in front of you. That in itself is going to be, like climbing Mount Everest to beat Tom Brady at home in Tampa. It's going to be very tough, but I think when you look at, more or less the intangibles, how these teams match up, I think, you look on the offensive side, Kansas City, they have a weakened offensive line. Eric Fisher going down with the torn Achilles. That's going to, I really think, affect the dynamic of the game, not just the running game, but the passing game as well. I think when you look at how these teams stack up, you've got two great receivers in Tampa Bay with Godwin and Evans. Obviously, you got Antonio Brown in the mix, which I think is very much a dark horse.
Really? Hold on. You saying Antonio Brown's a dark horse? Because here's my thing. The brother came in the second half of the season. It took him a couple of games, to get his feet underneath him. But once he showed up, Antonio Brown was Antonio Brown. I don't consider him to be a dark horse. You got other guys, such as Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson. We still haven't even seen the best of Leonard Fournette this season. So that's why I'm like, when you throw Antonio Brown and you say he's a dark horse, I don't think Kansas City's defense is sleeping on him because they know what he's capable of. I think it's some of these other intangibles that Tampa is like, we're going to throw them out into the mix and kind of shake things up.
So I say he's a dark horse because, to your point, yes, they have Godwin and Evans that, as a defense, you have to account for either one of those guys going off at any moment. So you're not going to be able to double team AB and really put too much coverage on him because if you do, now you're leaving those other two studs open. So, yes, he's very much a dark horse because he's one of those guys that can very quickly change the dynamic of the game, but you can't necessarily now be putting two guys to defend him either.
I've been kind of quiet. I'm about to bust loose. Let me be completely honest about this. I've been preaching about the dynamic duo for a couple of years now. Godwin and Evans are the best wide receiver duo in the NFL today. I'm tired of arguing it, and they've already proved it. Antonio Brown's a number one in his rank. Look at his record. Look at his numbers. He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's crazy, but he's getting his life back in order. Tyler Johnson can't see the damn field because he's got 3 number ones ahead of him. And don't get it twisted, he's a number one as well. That Minnesota Golden is a threat in the end zone. And look for him to get some touches in the red zone. But let's talk about the Kansas City secondary. They play a traditional 4-2-5. They don't have enough corners, bro. Breland, Snead, and Ward are going to have a very long time trying to cover all these wide receivers if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ready. And then when they cheat up and try to play man-to-man, who got Gronk? Because Kitchens ain't going to be able to do it. And Gay went down with a left ankle injury. So the way I see it, this is going to be a shootout if Kansas City has a chance to win this game. Too many weapons.
Too many weapons.
I feel you on that, but I'm still saying the old adage. Let's quote one of the dirtiest and one of the greatest players to ever do professional wrestling. To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo!
That's exactly what it is. And right now, say what you want about the historic career of Tom Brady, and you cannot dispute what that man has done. But the man currently holding the hardware in Kansas City, and it's here in Tampa. It's either going back to Kansas City because the man got it in Patrick Mahomes, or the GOAT is going to have it and ride off into the sunset.
I don't believe so. I think that trophy only got a one-way ticket. It didn't get a round-trip ticket. It's not going anywhere. That trophy's staying here in Tampa. You know, some teams, when they make it to the Super Bowl, like Baltimore or Chicago, yeah, they make it count because they don't know the next time they're going to be back. Bro, we haven't been in the playoffs since 2007. We haven't been to a Super Bowl since 2002. If you look at the landscape of the NFC South, Atlanta, they're in some diapers. They don't even know how to act in the Super Bowl because they be coughing up leads more than the flu. Oh, and Carolina, they don't want to jump on balls. That's why they don't have any trophies. Not once, but twice. And then you got Tampa, and then you got the Saints. Why are we talking about the Saints? They're irrelevant. We got rid of them 3 weeks ago. Tampa's in the Super Bowl, NFC South. Deal with it. We got yachts outside. We got people outside. We got Republicans and Democrats outside, all getting along because we're all here for one thing, to see history. There has never in the history of the NFL been a home team Super Bowl. And we realize Patrick Mahomes is here. We know Andy Reid is here. But you know who else is in here? Eric Fisher, or Tardif, or better yet, Gay, or better yet, you know who else isn't here? Defense. That 4-2-5 is not going to be able to hold against the Tampa Bay front line. And you know what? I saw a weakness on the defensive line when it comes to Noddy, Possum Run, and that backup Sorensen. I think they're going to get picked on.
Okay.
If I'm looking for that, I need a buck.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying to you. We have seen at different times when the moment is that big, and as big as this moment is, you and I both know this. Men step up. Boys sit on the bench. So for what you're saying about Passoir and the rest of that defense, you're expecting them not to show up. Please believe they understand. Steve Spagnuolo has these boys ready, understanding that you are playing on the biggest stage. We need you at your best. Matter of fact, we need you at 150. That 150 that you want out of Leonard Fournette, expect that 150% from these young men stepping up, and because their numbers call. They recognize what's in front of them, and they recognize that they can be the ones to truly disrupt history. History has already been rewritten. We know this. But Tom Brady, the Buccaneers, have a chance to cement legacy. We're talking legacy status here, okay? One season, no quarterback in NFL history has gone to a team and in their first season gone to the Super Bowl.
Can you say that one more time for the haters in the back?
No team, let me look in the camera when I say this, no quarterback in NFL history has gone to a team and in his first season taken that team to the Super Bowl. Understand this. I understand it's Brady's time, and this might very well be his swan song. But you still got to get past Patrick Mahomes, who at any given moment can turn the game over. Reggie, you've been too quiet. I got to hear from Reggie in this.
That's exactly what I was about to talk about because I'm hearing all the rhetoric about Tampa Bay, but we're forgetting that they're playing a team that was just in the Super Bowl last year. And they have a very young quarterback that is on his game. My man can pass. Right now, he's got the ball foot, but he doesn't rely on the run. So he's got Tyreek Hill, my man Travis Kelce, and he's got weapons. Who else has he got? He's got one.
Mecole Hardman, Sammy Watkins is playing.
He is a monster to cover.
Hold up.
You know what I'm saying?
Pause. You only mentioned him two. You're not talking about the LSU rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You're not talking about the guy with a lot of trail in his tires, Le'Veon Bell. No one's saying anything about Mecole Hardman. And bro, I love me some Robinson, but give me a Pringle, because once you pop, you can't stop. This man gets open on purpose. Byron Pringle. There's a lot of weapons on the Kansas City offense, but you guys don't seem to understand. If you don't have time to throw the ball, you can't throw deep. I expect Ndamukong Suh, the U of A, and Goldstein to wreak havoc. no pun intended, on that offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you don't have time to drop back and throw 30 or 40 or 50 yards, that's a lot of dangerous dumps. I actually expect Andy Reid to come out in the no damn huddle. So that way, the defense is on their toes and they can get a quick score. Because if you try to huddle up and try to slow down this defense that is on you, like right on rice, I guarantee you, Mahomes is going to get sacked at least 3 times in the first half, and you don't want that.
So I tell you, the guy the Chiefs had. There's actually 2 guys. So I'm a daily fantasy guy, DFS.
There's two guys that
stand out to me on the Chiefs. I think are really lead the way from a production standpoint. One is an obvious pick is Travis Kelce. I think Tyreek Hill actually has an off game. I think they shut him down. They find a way to shut him down and force passes to be thrown the way of Sammy Watkins and McCole Hardman. I'm with you. I like McCole Hardman. I'm a McCole Hardman fan. Okay, he actually, I think has a future in this league. But I don't think that he's the guy that's going to win you another championship. Kelce, though, he's a shoo-in. But there's one dark horse, and that's Daryl Williams, the running back.
Daryl Williams, again, for all the DFS players out there, I think is someone that if you want to roll the dice on a player that doesn't get a lot of love from the fantasy community or just maybe even, the reporting community like y'all. You just look at his run with Le'Veon Bell not getting a lot of playing time in the playoffs. You look at Edwards-Helaire, he was actually hurt. Edwards-Helaire recently, right? Daryl Williams. I think the way to beat the Bucs is going to have to be to go to the run, not depend on the pass. But it's going to be a challenge.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you're talking about defending the run or basically running the ball down Kansas City defense's throat. That's what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's think about this for one moment. First off, you got Leonard Fournette. Then you've got Keyshawn Vaughn. Then you've got LaShawn McCoy, who was an insurance package. Would you let me finish? Let me finish. Thank you. And then, yes, I know I forgot him. I forgot him on purpose. If you let me finish and let me explain, you would understand where I'm going. Roll with me on this one. I know it's hard for you to do sometimes, Mr. Big Man right here. All the week that you done had. Let me repeat myself for those in the back who may not have heard me. So let me start again. You've got Leonard Fournette. You've got Keyshawn Vaughn. You've got the insurance policy that is LaShawn McCoy. And then you have the big dog. This young man's going to come out and let you know he ain't scared of no defense, not way, shape, form, or fashion in Ronald Jones. So that $150 that you're asking for Leonard Fournette, I said get that $150, $175 from Ronald Jones.
Oh, no. I got a better claim plan. If I'm Bruce Arians, I'm running the ball at Daniel Jones to stop it. And that's real talk. It could be 200 yards. You know how Kansas City beat Buffalo in the regular season, just shoving the ball right down your throat? I'm going to keep doing it until you stop it, boo-boo. I want Ronald Jones to have about 50 or 60. I need Leonard Fournette to give me at least 100. If not going to give me about 50. I'm waiting for you to go into a 5-2 punch to keep on can abuse you and make you look creepy. So you ain't catching them in the backside. And then Shady McCoy screams, long handoff. Keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. And he can beat you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big ground and pound game. Like I was telling you guys offline yesterday, I think it's going to be a ground and pound game. I'm with you. I think Ronald Jones, he's really the sleeper pick of the entire Super Bowl. He's fresh, hasn't gotten a lot of playing time in the playoffs. All the hype is surrounding Leonard Fournette. I disagree on Keyshawn Vaughn and McCoy. I don't think they see the field tomorrow on Sunday.
Wow. Okay, gentlemen, 30 seconds. Let me pay some bills. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sports Man, man. So yeah, I can't even talk. I'm so excited to be here at Radio Row. Your man Eric Wilson, alongside my brother Alex Fleming, and our boys Reggie and Carlos from the Outlaw Mass, man. Check these boys out on TikTok. These boys are doing big things. Stay tuned. So we're gonna come back to our picks, but we're gonna talk a little NFL news in a general perspective. And unfortunately, we're going somewhere that someone in this group, I'm looking right at him, Mr. Fleming, has been saying since the start of the pandemic that someone basically needed to be ousted outside of Houston. That was Bill O'Brien. After week 4, week 5, he was gone. That entire organization this season, I really feel like has just, I don't want to say self-imploded, but I think there is definitely a disturbance in the force. Now, Alex, listen, Deshaun Watson has made it very clear. he ain't going to play this season. I mean, that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But when the Houston organization has tried everything in their power to bring in people that they thought would suit Deshaun Watson so that they would not waste his career, he still is telling them, I don't want to be here. That's why I feel like he will not play in Houston. He will sit out this season before he gets on the field as a Houston Texan.
Okay, I don't want to get started because I'm going to get rude. I'm going to get real rude. All right, look, Bill O'Brien was a disaster. I've been preaching that for the last couple of years. And it usually takes a couple of years for people to listen. Because the first time you say it, people are like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then they start questioning, you might know something that he's talking about. You don't think me and Brett Chauncey of the H-Town Wheelhouse could celebrate when that Esther got fired? Because we actually know what the hell we're talking about. And now you're going to have a nice little slave auction where you want 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 defensive stars to let go of the commodity that you're not even protecting. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago, Deshaun Watson was the most sacked in the league. I coined the phrase Watson because the past got sacked 5 times, and in the game, 7 times. Yeah, do that. That's 35. So they really didn't care about the man from Clemson because if they did, they would have built the offensive line. Oh, then here comes Bill O'Brien. I do care about Deshaun Watson. I care about my meal ticket. So I'm going to give Miami a first-round pick for Laramie Tunsil. And what happens? Now Bill O'Brien's fired, and you don't have a pick in the first round because Miami's got it. Who's better right now, Miami or Houston? Ask yourself that question. Now roundabout. You're going to take away your security blanket for a bag of chips and a broken-down running back, David Johnson. You know, DeAndre Hopkins did a pretty good job in Arizona this year. I mean, he's like the 3rd or 4th best wide receiver in the game right now. But I'll still take that. He was missing that. And you know what? This poor guy, Deshaun Watson, balled out. His numbers are amazing. And they were 4-12 this year. Oh, and now you're going to hold him ransom because the only thing you have of value in Houston, you want the world for because a broken-down Matthew Stafford was worth 2 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick and Jared Goff, who wanted to bang the coach's girlfriend? Are we really going to have a conversation on how dysfunctional Houston is?
Damn, man. You summed it up nicely.
Yeah. First I'm a Dolphins fan, full disclosure. So I, at first, didn't like the trade of Tunsil and Kenny Stills. I want to add, he was in that trade too, over to Houston. But I think that Bill O'Brien making him not just the coach but general manager, that was really the demise from the jump of this team. I remember seeing them on Hard Knocks, and I just could tell that Bill O'Brien didn't have that chemistry with players that other coaches have with players. And I felt like he just really wore out his time in Houston. Obviously, the trade of DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson, that was really mind-blowing. So I think Deshaun Watson, he's done. Going back to your point, Eric. I don't think he's going to see that snap. I don't think he's going to sit out. San Francisco, or we'll see.
Okay, why would he go to New England? What's in New England?
Who's New England guy's quarterback right now?
When was the last time New England actually spent some damn money?
Well, now they have the opportunity to because people weren't coming back because of COVID or personal reasons. They decided they want to be advocates for social injustices. So New England actually has some room right now to actually bring in some viable players and actually maybe get back to their winning ways. I'm not saying they're going back to the Super Bowl anytime soon, but at least be not a 7-9 team after 2 decades of championships. I mean, come on.
You're living in the past, bro.
I am, but I'm bringing up the history so it's not repeated. And I don't expect Bill O'Brien to repeat it. Now, getting back to what you were saying, Carlos, about the whole Bill O'Brien being the GM and the head coach, I said this yesterday when we were talking. You come from that Bill Belichick tree. And when you do, there are certain expectations, or shall we say, certain benefits of being under a Bill Belichick. You are, I don't want to say given, but people see it as you have earned to hold 2 titles. Because they've seen, well, if this guy learned from Belichick, he must have learned how to be a coach as well as a businessman in a general manager position.
Privilege.
In case you missed what Alex Fleming was saying, he said privileged. I wasn't going to go there, but since he wants to go down this pigeonhole, hell, let's do it. And I think if anybody at this table has a right to call out Bill O'Brien, it'd be this guy right here. Why? Because where did Bill O'Brien coach before he went to Houston? His college days.
No, Bill O'Brien.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My alma mater. So guess what? I know exactly what Bill O'Brien is like. Okay? Let me be very clear about something. What you did to the Houston Texans is a disgrace, and you should never walk foot on an NFL football field again. Matter of fact, you shouldn't be allowed on an XFL field. You took a man in Deshaun Watson, and you ruined him. That man now has to beg, crawl, scratch, and scrape, even though he got his money, just to get out and be heard. When other guys in the locker room are saying to Deshaun Watson, we don't want you to stay here, bro, because you're going to get trapped. When J.J. Watt is apologizing to Deshaun Watson the last game of the regular season and saying, I'm sorry, and J.J. had nothing to do with it. These young men recognize, these athletes recognize the potential that is Deshaun Watson. And if there was a coach who actually gave a damn about him, the Houston Texans would be my odds-on pick each and every year to win the AFC South. No disrespect to Indy or Tennessee or the up-and-coming Jacksonville Jaguars, but that team was built for success, and Bill O'Brien ruined it. He basically imploded that shit from the inside out, excuse my language, and just said, oh, well. So when it comes to Houston, I would like somebody to get in there, but I'm sorry. Dennis Culley, no disrespect to you, my brother, but you're not the answer. The other coaches that are in that organization right now, I hope that y'all can kind of pull the troops in and say, we're going to do it our way, screw the organization. We're going to show them that we are about the brotherhood. But without Deshaun Watson as your leader, I just don't see it.
Hell no. Pause, stop. Okay, look. David Cawley, I'm going to consider you Samuel Jackson out of Django, and I'm going to consider Leonardo DiCaprio, Cal McNair. And I'm going to ask Deshaun Watson, who's that brother on that map? You're going to bring in Lovie Smith as a defensive coordinator and then get David Cawley, the guy who was the wide receivers coach for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2014, who couldn't score a damn wide receiver touchdown, to be the coach, to be the face? Now, he's paid his dues. He's been in the league for 27 years, and he was recently in Baltimore. And yeah, this is his first shot, so I'm not necessarily knocking him for that. But you're going to pass up on Jim Caldwell, and then you're not even going to invite Eric Bieniemy. And then when you find out you're going to lose your meal ticket, then you want him back for an interview? Oh, fool me once, bro, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'd rather stay in Kansas City and have the winning ways than have you try to hire me and watch me fail, so that way the Google Boy Network can say that's why we didn't hire you as a coach in the first damn place. To hell with that. Free Deshaun Watson.
Absolutely. And just to build off of that, the fact is that when and Eric said this earlier, they're trying to bring people in to help Deshaun Watson. How is that trying to help Deshaun Watson at all? That's no help. My man, you single-handedly messed this dude's career up. Let him go and eat somewhere. Let him eat, man.
I want to stop on you guys. So I keep hearing that like his career is growing.
Deshaun Watson's what, 28 years old?
27,
28. So how's his career over by any stretch of the
I never said it's not over.
It's not over.
Or how's his career been ruined?
They've tried to sabotage his career.
Yes,
try.
By getting rid of D-Hop.
Yep.
By getting rid of D-Hop and doing that shenanigans with the head coach.
Okay. Oh, no. They had the Honey Badger and Tyrann Mathieu. He's now won a championship with a chance at a second one. They had DJ Reader. He'd rather play for Cincinnati than play for Bill O'Brien's punk ass. Do I need to bring up Nook? Oh, and JJ Watt is so upset. He's straight out said that some people here don't have heart. This guy's on the field telling Deshaun Watson, I'm sorry we wasted one of your years. Bro, it's almost like an auction where you need these many barrels of cotton in order to acquire something that we didn't value in the first place. Free Deshaun Watson.
So where's he go next?
Okay, I would love for him to go to Indianapolis, but
Not going to happen. Not happening.
There's absolutely no way, shape, or form you're going to terrorize me in my division for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So that's not going to happen. I would say the Jets, But they're going to have to give up the second round pick, and I think Saleh wants a full rebuild, and they're going to have to give up the King Grantham because you know what? When you got somebody who's worked good in the cotton fields, you want to get the primary source back from them. I want to say San Francisco, but I thought they were locked in with Jimmy G. And to tell you the truth, I don't like them in San Francisco because then you're going to have to face Matthew Stafford and Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson and all those defenses.
Hold on, think about that for 1 second, then. Think about that for 1 second. The NFC West would have Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, and the odd man out, Matthew Stafford.
Damn,
That would be a brothers division. That would be a brother. I would gladly watch those games. That'd be a brothers division right there.
Trying to build that division up, man. Be the division that people put eyes on.
What do you mean build that division up? The NFC West has been in the Super Bowl 5 of the last 8 years.
Okay.
Seattle, San Fran, and then the Rams. I mean, Lock Schmoove, he ain't got nothing to prove.
Okay.
I mean, for real. Look, the perfect spot for Deshaun Watson. Perfect spot. Minnesota.
Shut up.
No, man.
No. Yes. 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 And I don't understand all. I don't understand why all the brothers want to go to the cold. But think about it like this. Think about they do play indoors. But Carlos, look at it this way. You got Dalvin Cook, okay? You got Kyle Rudolph and Justin Jefferson. You got Adam Thielen.
Don't forget about Irv Smith.
I was about to say Irv Smith.
You got Irv Smith. Thank you. And now you add Deshaun Watson? Bruh.
Yeah.
Minnesota's going to serve notice. If they get Deshaun Watson to Green Bay, say, guess what, Aaron Rodgers, you might just let Jordan Love come on in and get his bumps and bruises because we got you now. The Purple People Eaters will find a way back. And with Deshaun Watson at the helm, you tell me like this. You put Deshaun Watson, Dalvin Cook, and Justin Jefferson on the field.
We got a writer.
What you doing?
Purple Rain.
Yeah. Yes. Shout out to Prince, man. He rest in peace. But that is real talk right
Still
there.
not Super Bowl team, though.
Really?
Still not Super Bowl team.
Why not? I'm curious. No, I got to hear why. Why not?
Defense. Minnesota gives up a lot of points.
Okay. All right.
I'm a minute on that one for a minute. I'm a minute on that one for a minute because you know what? I'm gonna take another break and we're gonna come back and let you get your thing. Hold on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Sports Radio. Man, Eric Wilson alongside Alex Fleming and our special guests, Carlos and Reggie from Outlaw Mass. So, all right, I had to marinate on that for a minute. Carlos, I'm going to give you love right here, brother. You're right about this one. They do give up a lot of points, but I feel like if you bring a guy like Deshaun Watson in, it's much like bringing I'm not saying he's this level, but it's like bringing a Drew Brees, a Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady, someone in there. When you bring a quarterback in who is about his team and who is the leader among men, shout out to Alex Fleming, the rest of the team seems to elevate who they are. So that's why I said to you, while I agree Minnesota has not played, that defense specifically has not played to the level that we know them to be, if you bring in Deshaun Watson, and I think they elevate themselves to a different
I just don't think you got the right coach either. Like, I hate to put it on coaching also. There's just something about the makeup of that team that almost feels like it's like Houston 2.0. I think you need to put him in a system more like Kyle Shanahan's system in San Francisco. I think you got really good receivers there. You got the kid Ayuk. You got Deebo Samuel.
See, you lost me the second you say that because I'll take Deebo and Ayuk and I'll raise you just one. Justin Jefferson.
No, I got you, fam. You know I'm a Justin Jefferson fan all day. Okay, yeah, my brother-in-law can tell you during the season, man, I'm all about Justin Jefferson.
You're welcome, Minnesota.
But I'm again, I gotta be real, man. Like Deshaun Watson, you put him on San Francisco, and then I think you really got a contending team. Whereas Minnesota, just I think you got other chips that gotta fall.
Now, let's look at the division. Chicago inept, and they're afraid of a black quarterback, so they're not even going to worry about that. Look up the history. You think I'm a racist? Look at the history. Black quarterbacks played a total of 16 games in one season out of the entire history of the Chicago Bears. They're not going there.
Who was it?
Detroit. Cordell Stewart for the most part in a couple of
Right.
Yeah,
Slash did play there.
Rumor about him, but let's not talk about that. Detroit Lions. I mean, Detroit. Detroit is Detroit. They're not rising from the ashes. They just hired a guy that said that he was going to bite kneecaps. Okay, bro. No. Oh, and then you got Green Bay, and you got that guy, Aaron Rodgers. I almost said something, but I caught myself. And I like Matt LaFleur, but here's the problem with Green Bay. Bro, that defense is SAWFT soft. You can score on them. All you need to do is win the division. And with Minnesota, you're the second or third seed. Now, the second seed has been screwed with no Vaseline. But what the second seed does give is not one, but two home games. And with Deshaun Watson, I'd like to take my chances. You're in the NFC, bro. You're not in the AFC. And who in the NFC actually scares you? Let's leave the NFC East out of it, because that whole entire division is garbage. NFC South, maybe Brady is on his way out. The Saints are in salary cap hell, Atlanta. And then you got the NFC West. But you're only going to have to face one of them. So, yeah, your best fight is with the purple people even, bro. Because your division is a joke. The NFC South is going to be going through some changes. The East, really. And then you got one captain in the NFC West.
All right. Since you love talking about the NFC East so much, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with you, we're going to talk about my team, because it wouldn't be the Sportsman if we didn't talk about Philadelphia. The hiring of Nick Sirianni. And I want to hear from the Outlaw gentlemen how they feel about the hiring of Nick Sirianni, the new head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. More importantly, the fact that Deuce Staley has now left because he was not given an opportunity that should have been given to him.
So, for one, we already know, and we spoke about this yesterday. Again, black coaches aren't getting enough chances to actually rise to the top. And it's been done throughout history. I don't think we need to talk to that too much, because we all understand what's really going on here and why Deuce Staley left. But the
press conference,
the press conference was terrible. Oh my gosh! I mean, I can't even put into words how bad the press conference was. I mean, my man was coming off of stuff off the top of his head. It wasn't prepared. He didn't shave. I mean, didn't wear a suit. It can't happen, for any head coach to go into a press conference like that. But if that was a black head coach, he would have gotten reamed in the press just for that. So
he wouldn't have been allowed on the plane to take him to Philadelphia for the damn interview. Let me just say exactly what that is. Nick Sirianni, I really hope you are some dark horse quarterback guru that can change this team around. But please believe you walked into the lion's den. You walked into the eagle's nest, and them claws are razor sharp. So I hope your back is ready to get toe up from the flow up, because we will let you know from Jump Street about your performance and about what happens.
Where did Nick Sirianni come from?
He was Indianapolis under Frank Reich.
So he was previously under Doug Peterson when Frank Reich was there?
No. Doug Peterson, Frank Reich, John DiFilippo, they were all together. They were this, I love them all when they were collectively together. This coaching staff was the reason why we won our first and only championship. And then gentlemen went to greener pastures. And I have no disrespect, because you know what? Go get your bag. You earned it. But to bring a guy in Nick Sirianni, who did come under Frank Reich, this is what I'll say. Frank called Jeffrey and Howie and said, listen, I got a guy who I think would be good for y'all. He might be able to work with Carson and help you kind of get some of this stink off your back. That's all the conversation was. Because as to Reggie's point, and Reggie, you ain't got to say it, because I've been saying it, and I will keep saying it. Howie Roseman, you done screwed up. You need to be fired. Carson Wentz, you want to be traded, get the hell on. Felicia, bye, Karen. I'm done. I supported you as a rookie. I supported you when you got injured. I supported you when you had no weapons. And then, as the song says, I see your true colors shining through. Yeah, no, bro, I'm done. Number 11 can get the hell on. I'm ready for the Hurts show. Let it be Jalen Hurts. I don't give a damn. Alshon Jeffrey, you need to go because you old. D-Jack, I love you, but you need to retire, my brother. Much love to you, but Sorry, folks, I got a mask up.
Yeah, just so you know, they're telling us to put a mask on.
Yes, we are. So that's why.
Hey guys,
So,
real talk.
hold on, let me finish and you can say your piece. Because we got to get out of here. We got some stuff to do. But let me be real. This Philadelphia Eagles team, this upcoming 2021 season, has got to be the start of something better, or else we are going to go down a hole I'm not sure we can get out of.
Why isn't Zach Ertz still with the team? Oh, yeah, that's right. You got Dallas Goddard. Where's DK Metcalf or AJ Brown? Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys don't know how to draft. That's why you got to see the white side and Jalen Rager instead of Justin Jefferson. By the way, you got offensive line. Jason Kelsey looked defeated whenever you threw in the towel against the Washington football team. I almost said Redskins. Please forgive me. And that defense, that case man couldn't cut through cold-blooded. It's a joke. Y'all are going to be at the bottom of the division fighting with the New York Giants about who's going to get the key to the basement. I'm not worried about anybody in the NFC East except for maybe, and I'm saying maybe, the Washington football team. Because the only minority coach in the division actually has the keys to the division. Jerry Jones can't get it out of his own damn way. I don't want to waste any more time talking about Philadelphia. Because, I mean, one-time Super Bowl winners, yeah, congratulations. You can go sit at the kiddie table. And as far as New York is concerned, Joe Judge, you took the job over Eric Bieniemy, who was more qualified than you. But yet, if we're calling people out, there were 7 coaching hires this year. Robert Saleh, I'm going to give you a pass. That means you actually give an opportunity defensive coordinator. Okay, fine. Urban Meyer, Jacksonville. Just leave it the hell alone. This is your first year in the NFL. You're a successful college coach, so you get a pass. Dan Campbell, you didn't deserve that, and that's why they hired Anthony Lynn as the offensive coordinator. You're on the clock. I give you 2 years max. Real talk. Houston, we don't need to talk about that atrocity anymore. Let's not talk about that atrocity. Brandon Stanley, Chargers, you paid your dues. I'm going to leave you be. We're just going to sit back and watch. Okay? We're going to sit back and watch. Hopefully you can do something with it. And as far as the other coaching hires, I don't think any of them are as qualified, as experienced, or as loved or as admired as Eric Bieniemy. It's a damn shame that in 2021 we have to talk about people being leaders of men because we can play your game, even though the NFL is 76% black, but we can't coach the players that look like us. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't have the inmates running the asylum, or you don't want your granddaughter going out and dating somebody that used to be the help.
All right. Let's keep it going because we got to wrap this up. And shout out to our boys Outlaw Mass for hanging out with us. So let's get to the game, gentlemen. I've been trying to get Alex's pick this whole entire week, but he has remained professional. So I'm going to let him go second to last. I'm going to go to our guest first. Carlos and Reggie, I need your picks. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Give me your X Factor, give me your difference maker, and give me your final score. And who's winning, of course.
So everybody's been asking me this question, especially on TikTok. We're on TikTok live here. So, man, I really want Kansas City to win, but I don't think you can bet against Tom Brady. So I'm going to go with the Bucs. I'm going to say that the score is going to be 24-17. And I think the X factor is Tom Brady, man. I think he's the X factor.
Carlos?
I'm going with the Bucs. I think that Tampa Bay is going to score 5 touchdowns in the game. I think Brady's going to get 2 touchdowns. One's going to go to AB. One's going to go to Gronk. There's going to be 3 rushing touchdowns in the game. Rojo's going to score 2. Fournette's going to get 1. He's going to get a charity touchdown at the end. I think final score will be 35-17. And that's my final prediction.
Alex?
I'm kind of feeling Carlos. We're seeing things slightly the same way. I got Tampa Bay doing history, winning the first ever home Super Bowl, but I have to beat Kansas City 38-34 in a shootout. I agree with Carlos. I see 3 rushing touchdowns. Fournette gets 1, Rojo gets 1, and I think Keyshawn Vaughn actually gets some playing time on a sweep and gets 1. My sleeper, besides Leonard Fournette, Tyler Johnson, Minnesota Golden Gophers. You better ask somebody. Oh, and who caused the game for the Kansas City defense? Awesome. You're going to get picked on those because we need another hero.
I finally got an answer out of him, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say this. Wow. I did not know which way he was going. Real talk. So it's 3-0. Tampa over Kansas City. You know, I've been doing this show for a long time, and I'm usually being that lone wolf, that odd man out. I guess that's just who the hell I am. I'm taking Kansas City in this for a number of reasons. First off, as much as I love Todd Bowles and that Tampa Bay defense, y'all got to be able to find somebody on that defensive squad to run 25 miles per hour. Because if you don't, and Tyreek Hill gets loose, goodbye. Second, Kansas City's defense might be at full strength, but they understand something. Travis Kelce is going to be that guy. And if you don't put somebody on him like glue, forget about it. And I think between White and David, they understand Travis Kelce cannot be left alone at any given point in time. The guy that I'm looking at to be the difference maker in this game is a guy that I've talked about and people have slept on and even said I'm crazy, and that's Sammy Watkins. Because no one is giving this gentleman a chance. Now, we spoke to him in the conference and the Zoom meetings this week. He said he's running ready to go. If he plays on Sunday, Sammy Watkins got a touchdown coming. It might be in the beginning or it might be one that turns the tide, but make no mistake about it, he is my X factor and my difference maker. Patrick Mahomes has shown that even 24 points down, he can make a case for turning this game around. I can't ignore what this young brother has done. It's going to be a close game. I like your score. I'm just going to flip the script and say it's going to be 38-34 Kansas City. This has been awesome, man. Radio Row here, Super Bowl Media Week in Tampa. Our brothers, Outlaw Mass. Fellas, let me give y'all 30 seconds, man. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
So you guys can find us at outlawmass.com, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all outlawmass.com. If you go to the website, you can get buy two, you get your third one half off. Free shipping everywhere in the U.S. Let's get it.
Also, keep an eye on our Instagram at Outlaw Mass. This Sunday, we got players from the Chiefs and the Bucks that are going to be sporting Outlaw masks. Let's get it.
My brother Alex Fleming always doing big things in the Manor Wilson Sports Arena. It's going to be one hell of a game on Sunday. Let's see who comes out on top. We're going to holler at y'all later. Peace.